thing that I like most about cinematography is that you're just able to tell the story. And when filming a documentary, that story is unknown. So while you're filming that story, you're making it with all the events that are leading up to that. You're filming that. You're able to just really capture the whole entire climb. Climbing goes absolutely perfect with that because you're exposing the landscape and you're showing the nature that has been created on this earth, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And that's my goal as a cinematographer in the mountains, is to expose and inspire people to get out there and just look at the nature around and the mountains that it created. Started on July 6th. I got all of our bags packed up, very hefty bags. We got 2 check bags all filled with gear, everything we need for the mountain, rope, everything that we need. And then at 6 o'clock was our flight. We flew out from MSP and then landed in Las Vegas for a layover in Las Vegas for 1 hour, and then we flew to Seattle, or SeaTac, talked to the rangers. They said the mountain should be in good condition with great weather. And so we headed up to the White River campground, and after that we started on the Glacier Basin Trail, and that's around a 3-mile hike to the Glacier Basin camp, and that's where we set up Camp 1. And along the hike is the most beautiful, inspiring wildlife. You have deer, you have marmots, everything that you could imagine. It's just absolutely beautiful. Just like you can see here, the clouds are kind of low cloud cover, but we had fun. We got everything ready, had 2 great meals, got all of our glacier travel stuff ready, and feeling ready for the hike and the summit up to Camp Sherman. So we got good sleep that night, probably went to bed around 7 o'clock.
Traveling starts down below the glaciers, so you're just still in your hiking gear. But when you get to the inner glaciers, when you get all set up for glacial travel, you'll bust the rope out, you'll put your helmet on, you'll tie in with your partner, and you'll get on your crampons and boots. And then you basically start ascending the inner glacier, which it's quite the travel in itself. It takes a long time to get up.
Carrying the camera gear, well, that is, it's something that I always pictured, like I have to do it, I'm gonna have to do it, it will always be the weight there, so you might as well get over it. And to contradict that is really just train hard and work out as much as possible to gain that top physical performance.
And when you do, you can finally see the Emmons Glacier, which is what you descend down onto and then ascend up to Camp Sherman, where you'd start your climb up the Emmons Glacier, which is quite the sight to behold.
And whatnot, and it's just a different type of feeling when you wake up. It's a sense of that you're about to do something really nuts, honestly. And you look up at the Emmons, we got to look at it all day. And you're like, we can actually do this, and we're gonna do this summit. definitely less steep than Rainier. Yeah.
So we woke up at Sherman at about 12 o'clock at night, and that's when we turned on the jet boil, got that going nice and warm in the tent. We made breakfast and hydrated. The day before yesterday, we had gone up the inner glacier where I could tell my boots were rubbing because we were so hot going up there on the back of my heels, but I didn't think it was actually that bad. So when we got down to the Emmons that night, we looked at them and they were getting pretty rough. But it wasn't until I woke up the morning that we were going up the Emmons Glacier that I realized they're starting to heal and they're starting to hurt extremely bad, and how bad it actually was. But we tried anyways. We put on the boots. We got all roped up in the middle of the night. It was beautiful out with the lights in the city and all the other climbers you could see moving up the mountain. You just see their headlamps on this giant masterpiece. And we left camp at about 1 o'clock in the morning to head up the Emmons Glacier. About, I'd say 200 yards out of camp, there was already a huge crevasse, about 30 feet wide, I'd say, and we were just climbing right above it to the point where you had to go on a snow bridge just right between two huge crevasses, and it was a good way to start your morning right away. But after that, it was pretty smooth sailing above a bunch of big crevasses until we got to the corridor. And on the corridor, we started the climb. It got a lot steeper, and we started moving up, and we were making our way to the top of the corridor when I started to place my feet in different places that I wouldn't normally do. So it would result in possibly slipping, and when you've got yourself and your partner's life in hands, that's when you have to make the decision to turn around and come back next year. And I was very glad we did. We've learned a lot while we were out here, and we are definitely excited to be back.